Hello, this is Ken Wong from the Face-to-Face AIDS Project, and I am the director of our organization. We're a 501c3 based organization in the United States. We work with the most impoverished communities in Malawi and Cambodia, and basically we help people help themselves. Now, I'm here in a beautiful village of Kang'oma in Malawi, and we are implementing projects according to the principles in which we work with. And one of those principles is that we try to look for what is best in a community, not necessarily what a poor, impoverished community needs the most. As I said before, we focus on what a community does have rather than what it doesn't have. For instance, if someone came to this community 4 years ago, they would have noticed lots of things wrong with it. They would have noticed famine, drought, high incidence, a high level of HIV, malaria, and TB. They would have noticed the extreme impoverished economy. In fact, there is no real economy here. And they would have noticed that there was a huge lack of education. Most of the children are not going to school. But as I said, we at the Face-to-Face AIDS Project, we realize that these are very, very serious problems. However, what we try to do is we try to focus on what is good about the community. And instead of looking at the individual problems, we try to really search in this kind of a community where the strengths are. And the strengths that we believe is in the community spirit and the cohesiveness of the community. So again, our approach is different from other charities in that instead of tackling one problem such as HIV or just malaria or just education, we tackle all these problems at the same time. Our approach to charity is one of community, of holistic community development. Now, the truth is that Face-to-Face is a small charity. So how can we tackle all these problems in a community? Well, again, the key is that we don't focus on what's wrong. We focus like many, many other rural communities in Malawi, Kang'oma is blessed with having a highly social structure of chiefs, of leaders, of councils of men, councils of women, and of youth groups. We tap into that strength, and we utilize very small grants to benefit every single segment of the population. So we have utilized our small grants to help the orphans, to help the children, to help men, women, adults, mothers, fathers, even the chiefs and the leaders. And we believe that not only is that fair for the whole community, it also, within the community, strengthens the bonds between them. Now, take for example this amazing Kang'oma youth group. This Kang'oma youth group in 2009 started with 15 members, and they were mostly youth who were not going to school. These youths in 2009 were used to doing things the way that they've been doing things throughout their whole life. So all we did was we brought in some support, some guidance, we brought in some knowledge through the use of facilitators who would come in to teach about HIV, about malaria, about knowledge, about leadership. And then gradually, over time, this youth group has blossomed. In fact, perhaps the best thing that we gave them was just the confidence of, of the yes we can philosophy. I just want to list off a few of their achievements. The Kang'oma youth group behind me has learned about HIV and has gone out to do many outreaches, which has enabled thousands of people to learn about HIV and hundreds to go get tested for HIV. This youth group behind me has learned about malaria and TB and has gone and done outreaches, public outreaches, to teach their fellow villagers. The youth group has also done many types of community service, including cleaning the clinic on a regular basis. The youth group also does community service to elders and the aged so that they can help them in their fields. This youth group will become involved in reaching out and forming new youth groups, and we'll do that in a way that involves a sports and education event. And this sports and education event will bring in 6 new villages. So this youth group will bring knowledge and inspiration to these new youth groups who will then learn about HIV, about education, about leadership, and go out to empower their own communities. Just this past year, this youth group was very much involved in conducting a census. This is the first census in which we understand how many people live in the community. We understand what the levels of malaria, of TB, of education, what people are dying of, even attitudes of how many babies a mother should have in a family. So, of course, we're going to take all of this knowledge, and with the support of the youth group, we'll then be able to handle and target specific problems as they do outreach into the whole community. In the scope of worldwide poverty and worldwide disease, Kang'oma and the Kang'oma Youth Group is just a drop in the bucket. But I guarantee you, you just watch and see, this drop in the bucket will transform itself potentially into a steady, gentle rain shower that will improve the lives of thousands and thousands of people in this area of Malawi. I think this youth group has been so patient. You've been patient with me. Are you ready to do something much more exciting? Yeah! Okay. I'm going to leave it up to them. So this is Ken Wong from the Face to Face AIDS Project saying so long for now.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap your hands. Hello my people. Hello. Hello my people. Hello. Are you happy? Hello. Are you happy? Hello. Show me your head. Show me your head. Are you able to do this for me?
We are able to do this for you.
Are you able to do this for me?
We are able to do this for you.
Hello my people.
Hello.
Hello my people.
Hello.
Are you happy?
Hello.
Are you happy?
Hello.
Show me your head.
Here.
Show me your head.
Here.
Are you able to do this for me?
We are able to do this for you.
Are you able to do this for me?
We are able to do this for you.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap your hands. Hello my people.
Hello.
Hello my people.
Hello.
Are you happy?
Hello.
Are you happy?
Hello.
Show me your head.
Here.
Show me your head.
Here.
Are you able to do this for me?
We